All right, guys, something a little different, not just necessarily a review or anything. I kind of want to talk about my Cyelee P10F, kind of some additions that I've made to it, some things to do with competition, some of the mags, what's compatible, not compatible with USPSA gauge, stuff like that. I never did a review on this. I bought it used, the Cyelee P10F, just because it's a full size. I never really shot Cyeeles before. This was the first one. And I've had it probably for about 6 or 7 months. I only just now started shooting it in competition. And it's actually very, very soft and smooth and flat. I was very shocked for it being polymer since I've been shooting several steel guns. And I'm used to polymers having a lot more snap. If you've never shot a P10F, man, try to go to your local range, rent one, see if your buddy has one. You will be shocked at how flat and smooth these shoot with that low recoil, considering that it's a polymer. I was very, very shocked. But some of the upgrades that I did, as you can see, I changed the slide catch, slide stop, so that way it kind of sticks out just a little bit more. Easier to go ahead and release that. If you're familiar, and I'll have a stock photo of the stock slide catch. I don't think I have that here, maybe in a box somewhere put away. But it's very, very flat. And up against the frame that it's kind of hard to really disengage it or engage it. I mean, you can do it, but sometimes it's just very, very stiff and it's very flat. When you have, you know, bigger fingers, bigger thumbs, kind of like myself, it gets a little harder to engage or disengage. So I went ahead and went with the Apex. This is the Apex extended slide stop. I do believe they have two. They have an enhanced and an extended. The enhanced is a little bit bigger and it's more like the factory shape. This is the extended, so it kind of has that little wing there. So also kind of serves as a guide where you put your thumb there a little bit. But it definitely protrudes and it's a lot easier, like I said, to engage and disengage just that fast. That was the first thing that I did on here. And I believe these are already close to 4 inches, close to 5 inches. I'll put the exact specs up there because I don't remember. This is not like a full review. But I went ahead and this model has my primary machines threaded barrel, so it gives me that little extra length. It's threaded, but I'm not going to put any kind of compensators or anything like that because I'm shooting this in USPSA carry optics with no Magwell. So obviously you can't have a comp. So I went with the threaded barrel just for a little bit more length to my barrel to kind of tighten up that accuracy and that velocity a little bit, help that with a slightly longer barrel. It's covered now. I didn't buy it for the aesthetics, but I added a little bit more weight to it. So I have the Taylor Freelance brass backstrap on here for that added weight. And it's a significant difference with that weight on there. Shoots a little flatter, so I really, really like that. That's the reason why I got it. You can't see, again, I'll have a stock photo up, but you can't see the standard grip on here the way it was textured. It was a little too smooth for me. My hand kind of was smoothing out a little bit, so I added some goon tape, some hockey tape here, grip tape. It's a little bit, it's not obviously not textured or aggressive, but I'm not sure why grip tape works the way it works, but I kind of added a little bit up here where my hand is going to go here. I'm all 4 fingers on this side, and then where my support palm is going back here, I kind of added a little bit more layers on the bottom, so it's a little bit thicker, almost like a palm swell, right? So you guys can kind of see that there, and that kind of helps for my larger hand and get in there perfect. So that's kind of what I added. Again, so we have the Taylor Freelance brass backstrap, the primary machine threaded barrel, and of course for competition I have the Cyelee Bull X Pro, huge window here for competition. If you can get past these, you know, how it sticks out on both sides, a lot of people are like, that is the ugliest fucking thing ever. For competition, it is the biggest window out there, and it helps to pick up that dot super fucking quick. That's why I chose it. It's an RMR footprint. This was not the optics ready, so I sent it to Slideworks here in Houston to do the milling and mounting for me, so it's a direct fit on the slide, so there's no plates or anything like that. So that was pretty cool that they're able to do that service. I'm gonna change the trigger out. It's a decent trigger. I'm just not a fan of this kind of curved semi-straight trigger. I don't like the feel to it. I just haven't changed it just yet, but I am going to change it to this the Velocity, Killer Innovations Velocity trigger. So it's going to be this one here, and it's just the trigger shoe. I don't think I'm going to mess with the springs or anything like that, or do any enhancements to the trigger. I'm going to see what this feels like first. Change this guy out, and it kind of goes with the color scheme a little bit, with the gold threaded and the brass, which you can't really see. But I'm more of this flat trigger kind of person versus these curved sides and angles. I'm just not a big fan of that. So it'll have this trigger shoe in pretty soon. But everything, like I said, I added for a reason, not just aesthetics. This is my slide catch, slide release. The other is just super thin. So I was able to add this to be able to engage that. I added the threaded barrel again for the extra length. Just looks great. Did the milling for the Optic for competition. The brass grip back here for added weight, and try to keep that recoil a little flatter. I think that's all I really have planned for it. So if you guys know of some other enhancements or other additions that I could make to this that would make this shoot even better, or just feel better, that maybe I'm not even mentioning or aware of, let me know. But let's talk about some of these mags and whatchamacallit, Magwells. So I do have another P10F. This one has the Killer Innovations threaded barrel, and this one I added the Arrington Arms HC310, I believe, or HC10, the one that's designed for the P10 compensator on there. As you can see, I love this extended the extended slide catch and release from Apex. This one now has the CZ Customs, I believe this is aluminum Magwell, and then again I added that texture because I'm just not a big fan of how slippery the frame was. Other thing I could have done was maybe went to go get a texture, get some framework, and get that re-stippled or something like that, but I chose not to. Same optic. I really like this optic, so I put it on both guns. Let me move this out of the way so we can talk about some mags real quick. CZ Customs Magwell. So I have the CZ Customs plus 2 mag extensions. You know, nothing too fancy. I believe they only come in this aluminum brush color, almost like a chrome. So obviously these are compatible. It's the same company, CZ Customs. They make a shitload of stuff, right, for CZs. They're like the almost unofficial, official CZ accessories company. Them along with, I can't remember the other one at the moment. But so this Magwell takes obviously their own. Here's the Henning base pad. These have live rounds, but I'm not going to rack it. Just as you can see that it does not catch in here at all. This is the Shield Arms, I think +5 or something like that. Also does not catch with the CZ Custom Magwell. And then I have a Taylor Freelance mag extension for the CZ P10F. That one does not catch either. So that is a big thing for me. And there's also one more. These polymer Strike Industries also do not catch with the CZ Custom Magwell. So something when I get new pistols, that's something that I like to do. I like to get one different base pad to kind of see what I like, what fits, especially when you're dealing with Magwells. If you didn't do enough research and find out which one actually works best. We are clear, just to make everybody knows, everybody gets afraid. I'm not sure we can get that zoomed in. When I see live bullets, I'm not racking this window with a mag in here. So we have the Taylor Freelance, the Henning, the Strike Industries, and Shield Arms do not work with the CZ Custom Magwell. Only one that works with it that I found so far is the CZ Custom one. And a standard magazine goes in there, but it's going to be super flush. When you're trying to do those fast reloads, that base pad kind of goes inside, so it's going to get kind of hard to lock it in unless you're getting your finger, or you have really sharp little back palms that can go in there. So that was a little bit of a bummer to find out that this did not go with this with these extensions. Now the plus size, which I took it off of this gun because I was trying to do some modifications, because I added the brass backstrap. I had the Strike Industries Magwell on here. It's a cheap $20 polymer plastic Magwell. I'm not sure if it's going to stand the test of time. I was trying to modify it because it did not fit with this thicker brass backstrap, and in trying to modify it to fit, because the tab that goes in here was too thick to fit inside of this really thick backstrap. So I was trying to cut it thinner and all that. It ended up breaking on me because, again, it's just plastic and polymer. But before I added this backstrap with the Strike Industries Magwell, all these base pads fit, including the CZ Customs. So if you're going with the P10F and Magwell and you're using the Strike Industries one, I probably would get that one. It fit all of these different mag extensions that I have here. The Strike Industries, their own, the Shield Arms, the Henning, Taylor Freelance, and the CZ Customs. It fit all of those. But again, once I added this backstrap, the thicker piece, it just did not go back on. So it broke and it came off. This is what it looks like. This is a brand new one. Extra one here. This is one I'm talking about. And see, this tab is really, really thick, so it does not go in here. And I was trying to modify that, and it just didn't fit. So I have an extra one, but obviously it's not going to fit on this one. I may switch it on the other one, since the other one only has the CZ Custom one. But again, that Strike Industry ones fit all of these in here. So that's kind of good to know. But of course, without any kind of magwell, they all fit just fine. There we go. Sometimes you got to slam them there. Here's the Henning. That one fits. Taylor Freelance, obviously, because there's nothing in the way, right? And the CZ Custom. So all of those fit, obviously, without a magwell, no issues whatsoever. But if you're going to need a magwell, if you get a CZ Customs, these extensions don't work. Only the CZ Custom one. The Strike Industries, again, works with all of them. Now, if you're shooting competition, CZ Customs, this is the official 141 millimeter gauge from, what is it, EGW. They're the ones that officially do these gauges for USPSA. So these are official. CZ Custom will fit the gauge. Your Henning extension for the CZ will fit the gauge. There's a round in there, so it's not going in, but it fits the gauge without the round. That's going to fit. Taylor Freelance, same thing, without the round, it will fit. You're good to go with the Henning and Taylor Freelance. Henning and Taylor Freelance are very, very competition friendly. Here's the Strike Industries. You can see that that is not going to go. It's already hitting the gauge without the round. The round didn't make a difference. So these are cheaper Strike Industry ones. They work really well. I think they're +4s. But if you're in competition, this is not going to fit the 141 millimeter gauge. So you're not going to be able to shoot carry optics, limited optics, or anything like that with that extension. The Shield Arms +4 or 5, I can't remember, also will not fit the gauge. So be careful with that as well. That does not fit the standard 141 millimeter. The only ones that fit are your CZ Custom +2, your Henning +4, I believe, because I have the MBX springs in there. Again, it's not going in only because there's a round there, but that's going to fit. And your Taylor Freelance is also going to fit. So competition-wise, those are the ones you want to go with. These three here. Strike Industries and Shield Arms will not fit the gauge. If you're shooting somewhere that doesn't do the gauge, then it doesn't matter. Shoot them all. All right, but those are some of my upgrades that I've done. If you guys have some input or questions on the CZ P10F or competition or anything that fits or any parts, let me know. Or maybe anything that you guys think that I need to know, that maybe I need to make some upgrades myself that'll make this pistol even better, because I have been shooting it in competition for about 3 weeks now and I absolutely love it. Let me know what I'm missing out in the CZ world. All right, appreciate you guys.